Hello, everyone. Good morning and good evening whenever you are. Welcome to the series of USC online event to learn knowledge from different academic fields. This is Bianca from USC. It's wonderful to see all of you today here. And in today's event, let's talk about top 1% world-class research and gerontology programs. The guests of today's event are May and Steven Stump. May is the Director of International Student Initiatives and the Director of Information Technology, and Steven is the Admission Counselor. They are all from the USC Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. So if you are interested in applying to Davis School, please watch today's seminar carefully. And dear audience, please know that we will have about 15 minutes Q&A part after the speech. Feel free to type your questions at any time into the chat box. We will try to get as many questions as we can at the end of the speech. Kindly remind, please mute yourself during the presentation for a good event quality. Thank you. And welcome May and Steven.
Hi, 大家早上好。欢迎你们今天来参加这个活动。我叫 May Eng， 我的中文名字叫做吴燕梅，我是南加州大学的老年学学院的国际交流和计算科技总监。USC 呢是位于南加州洛杉矶市中心附近。戴维斯呢老年学院呢，戴维斯老年学院是位于在南加州大学的校园里面。南加州大学是一所私立的研究大学，在美国的大学排名非常之高。我们大学呢有22个学院，老年学院就是其中第一个，有4700多个教授USC 有个庞大的校友群我们有45万的校友，校友的遍布是在各地。很多有领度地位的，其中有1半以上的校友是住在加州。我们今年呢有21000多个本科学生，28000多个学士跟博士学生，13000多个国际留学生，来自140个不同的国家。南加州大学呢是美国拥有最多中国留学生的大学。我们今年有7000多个中国留学生，是来自中国、台湾、香港不同的国家。现留学中国这国际学生留学生最大部分差不多有65%。Leonard Davis School 是全球第一所专门研究老年科学的学院，我们在世界排名第一。这个就是我们的老年中心，这个中心是在1964年建起的，学院在1975年创立，规模最大，已经有48多年的历史了。原来师资很好啦，是来自老年医学、生理学、社会学、人口统计学、营养学、商业管理学、生物分析学等等多种领域的专家学者在这里。那什么是 Gerontology 呢？老年学。老年学是研究生命衰老，解决老百姓老年化的问题，对人类发展和生命周期衰老负责性的研究。衰老过程极度的又普遍，与每个人、行业、公司和社区都是息息相关的，也有相关培训养老管理专业人才或做很多科学研究。现在科学突破和全球人口变化，正将焦点放在老年化的挑战和机遇上。到了2040年，1/5的美国人将会超过65岁。到了2050年，全球约有16亿人口超过65岁。中国是世界上老年化人口增长最快的国家之一。由于预期寿命延长和生育率下降， 预计到了2040年，中国60岁以上人口将达到28%，从来没有像现在这么必须需要老年学，对老年学家的需求也从来没有像现在这么必须。老年学家将是个生物学、生理学、社会学和公共政策等多方面无人应用于衰老研究。我们学院长期以来一直为老年学研究开辟新的领域，我们是在老年领域的领先者。我们建立了多个不同的教育项目和研究中心，我们是世界上主要的老年化研究与教育中心之一。我们有不同的科研与领先团队，我们的研究中心很广泛，这是我们的研发中心和核心研究所。我们是第一个提供老年学博士学位，第一个老年生物学博士学位，第一个介绍商业管理与老年学学士学位。我们提供10多个学士学位、本科学位和博士学位。等一位我们的招生顾问 Stephen 会详细介绍我们的学员的不同的学位。那拥有老年学位的就业机会有非常之多，好像就是像商业管理啦、市场操纵啦、科学研究、法律技术、医学、行政管理、建筑工程等等方向。那现在我想介绍一下我们学校几个优秀的校友。Ruby 6月传，他拥有养老父母管理专业学士学位，他来自台湾，毕业后在中国工作。他拥有美国的 CCRC 辅助照料中心养老护士，现在他是在中国刑事院中心护理院的院长。朱友关是我人现在的博士学生，他毕业在于中国上海中医药大学，他现在 USC 的 International Academy 念 P-Master Program， 之后就来到我们学院拿到了老年学学士学位。毕业后，现在他就读我们老年学的博士学位。Christy 王顺仪，他拥有养老父母管理专业学士学位，他有6年多的为老年人社区服务经验的老年学专家。他现在是阿兹海默洛杉矶非营利机构的经理，专为华人和美国华人服务。我们可以看到我们的好友的成就非常之高。这个是我的联络方式和微信号，欢迎大家跟关注。有什么问题可以加我的微信，你们现在有问题也可以写在 chat 上面，中文、英文也可以。谢谢你们。现在我想请 Stephen 我们的招生顾问跟你们讲解我们学员的讯息。Stephen。Stephen 有没有？
There we go. Hello. 大家好，我是 Steven， 我的中文名字是史蒂安。I am a admission counselor here at the University of Southern California Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. If you would like to follow along with me on our website, you can scan this QR code. And if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. Today, I'm going to talk to you about our university, which is located in the heart of Los Angeles. We are in a vibrant part of the city where we have access to the beach, mountains, nightlife, food, the movie scene, and of course, beautiful parks. Here at our school, we want to create the next generation of leaders within the field of gerontology. That is our mission, and we strive to create a learning environment that's conducive to you to not only being well-versed in the field of gerontology, but being a leader and taking these skills into your practice or your career. So we're able to give you this knowledge and skill base by studying gerontology through 4 core disciplines. But first, we study gerontology as the study of aging across the lifespan. We're looking at your aging process from prenatal and birth all the way to end of life. We study gerontology through 4 core disciplines, which are biology, psychology, sociology, and public policy. And we're able to give you this comprehensive approach because our faculty members are not only the leaders within their field, but some of our faculty have joint appointments within other departments here at our university. So this field is incredibly important. As you saw on May's slides, within the US, the Labor Department has identified this as a high growth rate field. We're seeing that, especially in East Asia as well, the number of older adults is going to surpass the number of younger people. So this is incredibly important. So we offer a variety of different programs to cater and prepare you to combat gerontology. We offer 2 PhDs, a doctorate, and would like to note that we are the first PhD in gerontology in the world. I will describe each program in more depth and potential career outcomes with all of our programs. We also offer 11 different master's programs and a graduate certificate, some that are focused on nutrition and other parts of the field. For those that are interested, we also offer bachelor's programs, minors, advanced placement programs, and you can even do a short-term study abroad, which I'll discuss towards the end. So let's start with our PhD in gerontology. This program is fully funded like our other PhD program. It allows you to focus specifically on your studies. So fully funded means we're able to cover the cost of your tuition and provide you a stipend check for your living expenses. The program is focused on preparing you for psychological, behavioral, sociological impact on the lifespan. So some of our students either pursue academia, private research, either at the public sector or private sectors. They go on to start their own businesses sometimes, or be entrepreneurs, or stay within the world of academia. The program does take about 4 to 6 years to complete, and our PhD programs are residential only. So that would require that you relocate to Los Angeles to complete the program. These are a couple of faculty that focus with this program. Some notable ones that lead study abroad programs for our master's students are Dr. Mara Mather, Dr. Jennifer Alshire, Dr. Susan Guidanos. In the bottom right, Dr. Elizabeth Zielinski focuses on memory capabilities and neuroscience recognition in terms of language comprehension. Dr. Kate Wilbur is also focused on elder abuse or justice for older adults, whether that be with the Forensic Science Center model or our justice system. All of these faculty, what they have in common is that they're teaching the principles behind what they study specifically. Gives you a great opportunity if you have the chance to research with them, to not only learn from them, but be encouraged to write your own publications or attend conferences as well within the program. Our second PhD program is our PhD in Biology of Aging. I would also like to note that the name of this program is going to change within the next year to our PhD in Geroscience. So currently the program does focus on neuroscience, biomedical, cellular and molecular biology, along with regenerative medicine. And it will continue to focus on those core disciplines while also focusing on translational science. The program is also fully funded, so we'll cover your tuition costs and give you a stipend check for the duration of the program, which does take about 4 to 6 years. These are some of the faculty that focus with this program. I would like to point out in the top left is Dr. Pinchas Cohen, who is also the dean of our school. He started off as a pediatrician and has now progressed into the dean of our institution. He focuses on neurodegeneration, cancer, and unraveling different processes that are related to the aging. In the bottom left is Dr. Sean Curran, who is the chair of this program, and his focus is molecular, genetic, and biochemical approaches. Also, notably, in the bottom right, Dr. Walter Longo, who's looking at the fasting diet and how diet can be contributed or help prevent Alzheimer's, cancers, or diabetes. These other faculty are also renowned within their specific research topics as well. So now I'm going to focus on our master's programs. All of our master's programs, as an applicant, you can apply for our merit-based scholarship, and we do award up to $500,000 annually to our students. In addition to our merit-based scholarship, you can access the resources from the Office of Financial Aid, whether that be assistantships, other scholarships that you find, financial aid, loans. All of our master's programs are offered in their entirety, fully online or in person, both as a part-time or full-time student. All of our master's students can also partake in our short-term study abroad, and we do encourage our students to actively seek research or internship opportunities. So let's dive into the first program. Our Master of Science in Gerontology program is our flagship program. It does take about 2 years to complete as a full-time student. And one great aspect of this program is that it has an internship component built into the program. So after graduation, you will have 240 hours of internship experience on your resume. It's also a great opportunity to take some of the challenges that you're facing in the workplace and bring it to class or talk with your peers or your classmates. We see some of our students pursue a variety of different fields after this program, whether that be looking at planning and administration, going into education, starting your own consulting business, or becoming a consultant. If you want to look at policy or advocacy work in terms of starting a nonprofit organization or a grassroots organization, or you could potentially combine it and look at studying research scientifically later on. If you already have some experience within another background, or you want experience within another background, we also offer this program as a dual degree. We define dual degree as if you were admitted into 2 separate programs out of the ones listed here, then we'll reduce the number of courses that are required for you to complete both programs. So it allows you to do 2 programs a little bit quicker than if you were to do 1 at a time. Some of the more popular ones that we offer as a dual degree are students taking the Master of Social Work, or the students that are combining it with the Master of Business Administration or MBA. If you are already working in the field of gerontology or have experience within this field, we do offer a Master of Arts in Gerontology program. I do suggest that you have at least 2 to 5 years of work experience, as this program is more geared towards polishing your executive or managerial skills. This program can be completed in as little as a year, and it's also planning for you to do similar roles as our Master of Science in Gerontology. One of the main differences between the Master of Science in Gerontology and our Master of Arts in Gerontology is the number of required courses, if you have that work experience prior to starting, and the internship component. The next 3 programs I'm going to talk about are more managerial or administration focused. So the first one is our Master of Arts in Senior Living Hospitality. The program is in collaboration with eCornell. So they're offering online modules within the program, and you're taking all of your other courses here at USC. You do have the option to continue to take extra online modules, and you would also then earn a graduate certificate from Cornell. This program is really geared towards giving you branding, marketing skills, being able to study market trends, look at the needs socially, physically, and nutritionally of older adults, and really taking the senior living industry in terms of hospitality. We have 2 faculty that teach with this program, and they're both owners and operators of senior living facilities, not only here in the Los Angeles or Southern California region, but also in China. specifically Beijing. So they're giving you strategy and development of how to own and operate one of your own facilities or manage a facility. The second of these three programs is our Master of Arts in Aging Services Management. The program does have a couple of required courses, but also has a high number of elective units. So it allows you to really specialize your knowledge that would be most important to not only your interest, but your career path. So it's giving you those managerial or leadership courses to be able to support that knowledge. I really enjoy one of the classes in this program, which is our leadership course, where the instructor brings in high-profile leaders within the field each week into your class. You have the opportunity to listen to them and then ask them questions about how they have either gotten to where they are in their career or some challenges that may be more specific to your problems. The last of these three business-focused degrees is our Master of Arts in Long-Term Care Administration. If you're really adamant about being an administrator within a long-term care facility, a retirement facility, an assisted living facility, this is probably the most ideal program. We've also teamed up with two other schools here at USC, the School of Accounting and the School of Public Policy. So students in this program are able to take classes at all three schools here at the university. So when I was saying about that holistic approach earlier, this is one of the programs that really emphasizes that. So it's really preparing you to not only have that social, psychological, and behavioral aspect knowledge, but to have that economical knowledge and that public policy knowledge. The next program I would like to discuss with you is our Master of Arts in Medical Gerontology program. The program is taught by MDs. One of them is mentioned, or his photo is here. And he is a practicing doctor at the USC hospitals. USC does have four hospitals that it operates. And so you have the opportunity to interact within your classroom from real cases that your teachers, your faculty that are also doctors are bringing in. And they want to give you that real world knowledge. So I find that within this program, you're learning how to recognize signs of aging naturally versus aging with multiple chronic illnesses or diseases, whether that be cancer, diabetes, or cardiovascular problems. We also have a course in this program that focuses on cardiovascular diseases. And as two elective units, you could potentially take technology courses. So if you're interested in imaging techniques or looking at telemedicine or e-health, how that can influence or affect treatment or prevention plans. The program is really designed for you to go into the health professions field. So using this program as a way to specialize, or if you're already within the health professionals field, coming back and having more specialized knowledge within this medical gerontology framework. We also focus on polypharmacy or the risks of polypharmacy. And within your elective courses, you could potentially take any of the other courses that we offer here at the school. Our next master's is our Master of Science in Applied Technology and Aging. If you are working in IT, design, if you have a computer science background, or you want to learn more about the social implications or applications of technology, this is a great fit. The program is allowing you to combine that engineering, design, or healthcare framework and look at technologies, whether that be fitness tracking devices, home modification technologies, but it could also be looking at mobility devices to restore sight. It could also be looking at non-invasive ways to track all this data. The next four programs that I'm going to discuss are all focused on nutrition and dietetics. This program, our Master of Science in Nutrition, Healthspan, and Longevity, is designed for students that want to be a practicing registered dietitian here in the US. The program is set up that you would need to complete 11 prerequisite courses and 40 hours of shadow experience prior to applying to our program. We'll also substitute the 11 courses with a DPD, which is a didactic program verification statement. In the program, you'll receive 1,000 hours of supervised practice in addition to your coursework and be eligible to sit for the registered dietitian exam. The program does prepare you to work within a variety of different fields, not only as a registered dietitian, but we have some of our students that specialize in either nutritional sports, sports nutrition, private practice, wellness, starting their own nutrition practice. The next program is our Master of Arts in Food Service Management and Dietetics. This program is the only nutrition master's that does not have any prerequisites that you need to apply. The program does prepare you to sit for the Certified Dietary Manager exam to become a Certified Dietary Manager. So this program is more focused on food service, health, wellness, lifestyles, and how that can change across the lifespan. Within terms of careers, if you want to go into the corporate setting, like a corporate cafeteria, if you want to go into hospitals or potentially tourism industry settings, and how that food service is affected. The second program that also prepares you to sit for the Certified Dietary Manager exam is our Master of Science in Lifespan Nutrition and Dietetics program. This program does require 4 prerequisites that are listed here. The courses are more focused on the science aspect of nutrition and dietetics. So if you're particularly interested in practicing as a nutritionist or dietitian outside of the US, this may be a great fit for you. If you do want to practice in the US, Certified Dietary Manager does allow you to do quite a bit of things. We do have a special pre-recorded panel with our program director that distinguishes between the differences of a Certified Dietary Manager and a registered dietitian. So if you already hold a registered dietitian registration or that DPD verification statement that I was talking about earlier, this may be the best fit for you then, as those are one of the 2 prerequisites that we have for the program. The program is designed to give you that knowledge of how to work within nutritional science. So if you want to continue and pursue a registered dietitian, this is just giving you that up-to-date knowledge. So the next program that I'm going to discuss is our graduate certificate in gerontology. It's great if you already have a career or an expertise within a different profession or discipline. So if you're already a practicing lawyer, if you're an engineer, if you're in business administration, and you're finding yourself wanting some more knowledge of how to understand and work with older adults, this is a great program. It's just 4 courses long, so you can be done in as little as 5 months, or you can space it out to take up to a year or 2. The courses are going to give you that current up-to-date theories, trends, methodologies of how to approach different challenges or obstacles that you may be facing in your career path. It's also a great stepping stone if you want to understand more about this field without committing to a full master's or PhD program. So it does allow you to do similar career trajectories, not only with healthcare and technology, but you can combine it with other expertise. Start into consulting, you can go into social work or business, you can combine it with pharmacy, you could work with nonprofits or adult education. So next I'm going to talk about our short-term study abroads. We call these classes Maymester classes. A Maymester class is typically only about 3 weeks long. The first week of the program is in Los Angeles, and then the next 2 weeks are in the destination country. Here we have one that goes to Italy and one that goes to Israel. I do find that these 2 are the ones that fill up the quickest when the registration opens. Our students love understanding the differences between diet, health, disease, and how different cultures perceive death and dying. The class that goes to Israel is really looking at emotions, personality, stress, sleep patterns, and how that can change through your adult lifespan. We have 2 more classes that go to Italy. The top one is more focused on the genes and role of nutrition and dietetics, while the bottom one is exploring how food and culture disease are different within different frameworks or cultures. We have 2 that go to Latin and South America. The first one is focusing on looking and going into senior living facilities in Medellin, Colombia, and comparing the social activities, daily assessments, rehab of those different facilities. Second one that goes to Costa Rica is looking at blue zones. Blue zone is a high concentration of people that live to be 100 years or older. There happens to be one just outside Los Angeles, about an hour drive away. And you're going to compare that blue zone to the one that you'll visit in Ucoyo, Costa Rica. Our 2 newest study abroad programs, one goes to the United Kingdom and Ireland. So looking at the fundamental of the environment and how that affects health and longevity. And then the last one that I'll discuss is headed to South Korea. And it's looking at different technologies, emerging technologies, and how it can be incorporated into the context of the population and culture. So while our programs are rigorous, even the study abroad courses, we want to afford our students every opportunity possible. One way that we accomplish that is through our SGA, or Student Gerontology Association. This is our group of students comprised of not only bachelor's, but master's and PhD that are focused on philanthropic and social activities. So they're going out into the local communities that they are a part of and making an impactful difference. The SGA is also in charge of hosting our alumni dinner annually. It's a great opportunity to network. One thing that makes our university really stand out is our alumni network and our connections. So even in our internship programs, if you choose not to take an internship program with our programs, we are really encouraging you to not only connect with your classmates, as they're also going to be the leaders in this field with you, but with people that are in other programs and our alumni. If you do choose to complete your program residentially, typically every Thursday we offer free lunch, and we'll invite a guest speaker as part of our colloquium lecture series. So it's an opportunity for you to listen to guest lecturers or speakers coming to present new findings, present their work, and it's also an opportunity to meet some of your peers that you may not be having the typical classes with. We also have a very diverse student body. We do have students from all over the world: China, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, but they're also coming from the Middle East, South America, Europe, India. So we want to celebrate all of our students' backgrounds. Typically once a month, we have some sort of event or luncheon. Some of the photos here are from our Lunar New Year celebration. We have a fall festival. We have Halloween and Dia de los Muertos. We have Pride Month and Black History Month. So celebrating all of our students. It's also an opportunity to have an informal meal with your faculty, your instructors, staff, and other students at our school. So in order to apply to our programs, you're going to need a couple of things. First and foremost is our online application. On the online application, we're going to ask that you upload a resume, a statement of interest, and your letters of recommendation. For our master's and graduate certificate programs, you need 2, while our PhD requires 3. We'll need you to submit all official transcripts. So these are the transcripts of any class or institution you've attended post-secondary school. Depending on your nationality or where you completed your bachelor's program, we may require English language proficiency test scores. If you're unsure if you need to submit them, you can reach out to either myself or May. And then the last thing that our PhD programs need will be a writing sample that can be either published or unpublished work. In order to submit your application and be guaranteed for the desired start date, I suggest looking at these application deadlines. Our Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity program does have a hard deadline of January 15th every year for a start date in our fall semester later that year. PhD programs, you would need to submit your application by December 1st every year, which is also a hard deadline for a start date in our fall semester. The application is typically released early in the fall, so around late September or early October. If you're going to apply to any of our other master's or graduate certificate programs, we do have 3 start dates a year. We have a spring start date, which is January. We have a summer start date, which is typically in May or June. And then our fall start date, which is at the end of August. I encourage you to submit your application by the priority deadline. If you submit it by the priority deadline, we can guarantee that your application will be reviewed for the merit-based scholarship. However, we will also accept applications on a rolling basis. So this is either until classes start or we can no longer admit students. And we are still accepting applications for a start date in our fall 2023 semester, which starts August 21st. So as I described each program, I gave some career opportunities that program can prepare you for. Here they are listed again. If you want to enter healthcare, administration, policy, or education, we are giving you that knowledge to go out and make a difference in people's lives. We have a lot of our alumni come back and say that not only are the classes meaningful to them in the work that they're doing, but it's directly impactful with the people that they work with and even in their own families or with the loved ones that they take care of. So I want to thank you all very much for your attention and listening to me this morning or evening. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. This is my email, which is the best way to contact me. And I would also like to take some time to answer any questions live if you would like to share them in the chat features.
Thank you, Stephen. And yes, we do have some questions from every platform. So shall we go to the first one? Yeah, and the first one is the student asks that, is there an internship course in the senior living hospitality program?
The only program that is including an internship into the required courses is our Master of Science in Gerontology program. That program has an internship director who will be able to understand some of your interest or career aspirations and be able to help guide you to a placement. If you're interested in the Master of Arts in Senior Living Hospitality, no, it does not have an internship that is required. However, like all of our other master's programs, if you're interested in partaking in an internship, you are more than welcome to use the resources that we have. And we do have a lot of resources that we send out not only on a weekly basis about opportunities, but you can come and talk to the internship director, your academic advisor, the senior associate dean, or any of the student services staff.
Okay, thank you very much. And the second question is the major of applied technology and aging. This program is STEM, and can I choose some courses at the Viterbi Engineering School? So, thank you.
Yeah, so our Master of Science in Applied Technology and Aging will not provide you a STEM visa. None of our programs are considered STEM visa. Our Master of Science in Applied Technology and Aging does have a rigorous required course load and only a number of elective units. So if you're interested in any sort of classes that are not suggested elective units, you would need to go to the academic advisor, propose which class you're interested in taking at the university, and having that signed off. So with looking at classes outside of the program requirements, I would encourage you to also look at any sort of prerequisites for that class and any sort of restrictions on if the course is only offered to majors of that school.
Thank you very much. And thank you for your detailed information. And the next question is that, you mentioned a lot of professor before, and can I have the opportunity like internship or do research with these professors?
Yes. So if you're in our PhD programs, you'll be required to do research. The PhD programs are primarily focused on you starting rotations in your faculty's labs and then performing your own research. For our master's students, you also have the opportunity to reach out to the faculty to see what research opportunities they have for a master's student. There are no of our master's programs that have a research component that's required. So any sort of research experience that you're interested in, that would be up to you reaching out to the faculty directly.
Okay, thank you very much. And you have one page of one PowerPoint named research, and in this page, a student asked that, thank you for the great seminar, and I wonder from the research area shown on this slide earlier, the research named, and does it mean that I'm able to choose anyone to study, for example, elder justice?
So with our PhD programs, we're going to ask on a question on the application for you to identify 2 to 3 faculty that you want to work with throughout the duration of the program. With those 2 to 3 faculty, we offer more faculty than the ones I just listed on the slide. I would suggest that you go to our website. We have a tab labeled faculty, and you can explore all of our tenured and tenure track instructional faculty, all the faculty that have joint appointees with our school. If you are interested in the ones that were on the slide, they're great options, and they can potentially be your advisor within the PhD program. For our master's students that are interested in research, some of our other faculty that are not tenured or tenure track may be able to offer you research opportunities. So we have some research faculty, we have some instructional faculty, and they all have ongoing projects or projects that they're preparing. If that's something that you are struggling to navigate by yourself, that's something that you can send an email to me or your academic advisor, and it would be happy to help you to point you in the right direction or tell you which faculty may align with your interests the most. And for those of you on Zoom, my colleague May has put a link to our faculty page on our website where you can not only click on all of our faculty's names, which will then direct you to their contact information, research interest, and background.
Okay, thank you. And thank you very much. And the next question is that Gero 591 is an internship course, and 3 different programs have this course. Will the companies or internships be arranged according to different majors?
So the internship coordinator that I was talking about earlier is working specifically with the Master of Science in Gerontology program. Our course title is a field practicum, and that's that internship component. So some of our nutrition focused master's programs also have that field practicum component, but it's going to be geared more towards the nutritional side. So you're working either under certified dietary managers or registered dietitians. If you are a residential student, we do have those resources and have an easier time placing you into something if you're in the Los Angeles area. If you are outside of the Los Angeles area completing the programs online, you would be then responsible for finding your own site. However, with that said, we may have some connections based on where you're currently located or where you want to do that internship. Not only here in California, anywhere in the US, and if you're outside of the country, outside of the US to do your internship, that's something you need to discuss with the internship coordinator to see what components are going to be required and if you're going to be able to complete them abroad.
Okay, so so yes, that's the information about the internship. And another question is that if a student want to apply for the gerontology, and are there any majors that require an interview? And if so, what will the interview be? Thank you.
So we have 11 master's programs. Only one of the 11 master's programs has an interview component as part of the application process. That is the Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity program. Both of our PhD programs do have an interview component as well, potentially. If you are selected to interview, you will be notified after you submit your application.
Thank you very much. And let's move to the Zoom chat box. Lily asked that, thank you for sharing the seminar. I wonder what's the difference between MA and MS gerontology? How long can I work in the US after graduate? Thank you.
Good question. So the Master of Arts in Gerontology is designed for students that already have some background experience within the field of aging. So we're combining our 7 courses that are in the program with that background experience. So you only need to complete those 7 courses and then you're done. If you do not have any experience in the field of aging, the Master of Science in Gerontology may be a better fit. It has 11 courses and it also has that internship component that is required. So we're giving you that work experience with the higher number of courses.
Thank you. So, and the question from Jie
Oh,
Yang.
and the second part of that, for how long you can work in the US after. So our master's programs, they're not STEM and they're not OTP. So you only have 90 days after. However, some of our internships do turn into full-time positions. Some of our students do find other full-time positions after the program. And we have career services that are not only university specific, but for our school specific too. And as May was pointing out in her presentation with our alumni that are not only here in Los Angeles area, but have relocated back to East Asia. So we do have resources kind of all over the world to help you either stay where you want to stay, if you want to work in the US for a year or two or long term, or if you want to go back to your hometown.
I want to add to that, for the OPT, they can work for 1 year after they graduate.
Yes, 1 year OPT. And yes, thank you, May. Thank you, Stephen. And yes, another question from Jie Yang. Thank you for great introduction. I'm interested in dual degree between, by the way, would you explain how about the one with business school, what the requirements and application process by both school and how to prepare? Thank you.
Yes, so the dual degree. In order to apply and activate that dual degree status, you need to apply to both programs. So if you're interested in the MBA with the School of Business, you would need to apply to that program. And then you would also need to apply to our Master of Science in Gerontology program. If you are admitted into both programs, then we will declare the dual degree status, in which case both schools, the MBA and the MSG, will reduce the number of required units that you need to take. Since I'm only a representative of the School of Gerontology, I'm only familiar with the Master of Science in Gerontology admission process. For any of our dual degree options, including that MBA, you would need to reach out to an admission counselor for the School of Business.
Okay, thank you. So if you have more questions, welcome to type your questions into the chat box. And let's go to the live streaming platform questions.
Stephen, that's one question on the other stream platform. They ask when they finish the graduate certificate program, how many units they need to get applying to the next master degree?
Yes, great question. So if you want to start the graduate certificate in gerontology and you really enjoy the classes and you want to pursue a master's after you complete the graduate degree, we will allow it, and we will allow those courses to transfer into a master's program. So it just depends which master's you're more interested in. If you want to do the Master of Arts in Aging Services Management, the Master of Science in Gerontology, and even the Master of Arts in Gerontology, all of the graduate certificate courses will transfer into those master's programs. And we have had students in past that have started with the graduate certificate, enjoyed it so much, they then applied and continued on into the master's program. It's also a great stepping stone if you're unfamiliar with graduate coursework, if you're not sure if you want to commit to that full-fledged master's, a great opportunity to kind of test out taking courses at that level. All the courses in the graduate certificate are master's level courses. So it's the same level of rigor, it's the same coursework. And some of the courses that are in our graduate certificate program will have master's students in those courses.
There's another question. They said, do you have a record of students who are working in the US after graduated from your college?
You know, I don't have that information readily available with me right now, but if you're more interested in where some of our alumni have gone to work after graduation, if you go to our website, we have a couple of different pages. You can look at our careers in aging section that has information about where our career or students have gone for their careers. We also have a pre-recorded panel discussion of our alumni in the field, which is a great resource to hear because they also know where some of their classmates are working as well. And then if you're interested in our PhD, where they've gone after, if you go to our student handbook, at the very bottom of our student handbook, you can see where all of our alumni have gone, what their dissertation topic was, and their position.
Okay.
And I want to add to that, that's for international students, we do have a lot of students, they graduate and they find jobs in US. A lot of companies will offer OPT or H-1B visa, and they will sponsor for that. So there's a lot of opportunity to work in the United States.
Yes. And since we are the oldest and largest school of gerontology in the country, if not the world, our degree carries a lot of weight with it. We're known as the industry leaders within the field of aging, and so our students are highly sought after. The leading companies here in the US know what a student from our program has accomplished, what they've learned, and how to not only incorporate that into the position that they're about to take, but to incorporate into the whole company. So we do find that our students have a high success rate of finding jobs in their desired locations.
There's one last question on the chat. Stephen, do you want to answer that one?
Yes, so kind of tying in with that, with our students are the most sought after in terms of industry leadership. So you can expect that to be reflected in your salary. since we offer such a wide breadth of programs to prepare you for a wide breadth of career types, it's hard to keep accurate numbers, especially since it does vary from city to city, and we have students going all over the world after graduation. And it's also with our programs, we find that we have a lot of students that are coming right out of a bachelor's degree, all the way from mid-career coming in end of career. So it's really just dependent on your background, your skill, experience, what you're negotiating, where you're going to live and work, what that salary is.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And so thank you, May, and thank you, Stephen. So let's look some questions from another platform. And a student asked that if I want to study a short-term program as international student, I going to graduate, but not sure to pursue master yet. Can I apply full-time 5-month certificate program? If I continue to master's degree, any credits can be waived. Thank you.
Yes, so if you are interested in that graduate certificate program, you want to start there, and then you want to potentially pursue the Master of Arts in Aging Services Management later. Yes, just make sure that when you start the program, you let your academic advisor know that that's something you may be interested in doing, and they'll help you create a course plan where all of the classes will be applicable to the master's.
Okay, thank you, Ma. Thank you very much. And May, are there any more questions from this side? Oh, and there's one more questions from Lily. And will students get paid for internship?
Yeah, so your pay, like again, is with your salary. It's just going to be dependent upon who you're doing the internship with, what type of work you're doing for them. If you already have something in mind that you want to do outside of the resources that the program has, you would just need to have it signed off on the internship director and the specifics. So if that's something that you're interested in having that internship be paid, that's then something that you can look for when you're looking for that internship requirement.
That's one question they want to ask, what kind of courses they need to take for the master program, the MSG program?
Yeah, so the Master of Science in Gerontology program is going to have 11 classes that you need to complete. We do have a high number of elective units in the program, so you can have sort of a mini concentration. So if you want to take all of your elective units in, let's say, psychology or the applied technology courses or in some of the medical courses, that's fine. You can spread out your elective units to be one in each of those different fields. So it gives you a variety with that. All of your required courses in the Master of Science in Gerontology program are going to focus on those 4 core disciplines that we discussed at the beginning: biology, sociology, psychology, and public policy. So our faculty do a good job of blending them. So even if you're taking, let's say, a psychology course, they're going to be bringing in principles of biology. So how's the brain biologically changing, social impacts, or different public policies that are affecting it. So if you're not a biologist by trade, or biology may frighten you or scare you, that's okay. In our master's courses, it's a blend. So it's giving you the knowledge. We understand that not every student in our classroom are going to have that background or are going to have that knowledge already. So the professors, the instructors have done a good job of making sure that the material is easily digestible for every student in the classroom.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And so is there more questions, May?
I don't see any from my side. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for helping. And yes, we do have now border view, and we know a lot of information from gerontology. So, and the Landers Davis School of Gerontology, and there are 3,400 viewers on our live streaming platform already. And in the last part of our seminar, could you please give our audience some advice to maybe our future students or our future classmates? Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to give you some words of encouragement. If you're interested in what gerontology is, starting a graduate program, I want to applaud you for coming today to learn. I think the hardest step is starting the application or finding which program's the right one for you. So that's what May and I are here to do. We're here to answer any questions that you have, how it can align with your interests, your goals. So please reach out to us. We're a resource that we want you to take advantage of. I just put my email here in the chat. Please feel free. I mean, if you had a question tonight that's too personable or so specific, we're here to answer those questions for you.
And my WeChat account is USCMAYNG. Could search me and add me.
Yes, please. Oh, okay. So please pay attention to our chat box and see the contact details from May and Steven. And thank you very much